And he believes that he can make Scripture agree with the Big Bang. Just look up some of his stuff and see how he goes out of his way to do that. But it's all a bunch of baloney. Okay? It's not the truth. Well, we know the truth. It's only that option, right? That one there on the left. Sure. That's the one. No contest. Contest is out the window here. It's a done deal. Question is answered. Evolution, life, intelligent design, chemicals, ocean, no evidence, mechanism, can't make DNA, RNA by chance, or any proteins, probability, zilch, intelligent designer, essential, necessary, informational molecules, they're being made all the time in living things. That doesn't happen by chance. Cells go on and destruct and reproduce, and the whole mechanism keeps going on. It's a marvelous thing when you think about it. How could that have ever gotten started in any other way? Extra universal intelligence, well, it's not believable by my imagination. Most believable and probable explanation by some people, but certainly not by me or most of you, I'm sure. Here's the point. There's no contest between chemical evolution and intelligent design. That's the bottom line on the whole thing. All the facts are in favor of saying chemical evolution could not have produced the stuff of life. There was a designer that had to do it. A designer did it. Now we're ready for questions. But before we do that, I just want to go to some of the scripture here, because that's what this is all about, right? Now we already know about Genesis 1 and 2, correct? And we know that the details of how God did his creation are spelled out quite explicitly in those scriptures. But they're certainly reinforced by other scriptures. You know, like in Nehemiah, in chapter 9, in, see what verse is that? Verse 6, I think. Yeah. You have seen the Lord alone has made heaven, and the heaven of heavens, and all the host, and the earth, and all things that are therein contained, and the seas, and all that is therein. And you have preserved them all, and the host of heaven, and they worship thee. So reinforcement of God as a creator, right? And we go on down, and I'm just going to mention to you, you know, if you want to make quick reference to other scriptures to this, and to this one. A nice psalm is Psalm 148. Psalm 148 details all the creation that God did and how the creation acknowledges him and praises him. Psalm 136, verses 3 through 9. There's some more scripture there detailing that God is the author of creation. And then we go back to the New Testament, and for example, John 1, first chapter of John, right? Talks about, you know, Jesus, the Son of God, and talks about him who all things were made by him, and anything that is made by him. It clearly details that Jesus was the creator. In Colossians, does the same thing. Colossians 1, 15, 17. And of course, Romans 1, 8 through 22. And I think there is our important, I want to highlight that one because there's an important message there in Romans 1. And let's see. We just want to read that one to close this out before your questions. And we start with chapter 18 of Romans 1, and it says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness, unrighteousness, and holds the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of God is manifest, for God has shown it to them." Okay? "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, in other words, by creation, of course, even his eternal power in Godhead, and that they therefore are without excuse. So no one has an excuse not to believe in the Creator, is what Paul's saying here. Because that we know that God, they glorified him not as God, neither were they thankful, but they became vain in their imaginations, in their foolishness, and their hearts were darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about scientists and professionals who profess themselves to be wise, but are nothing more than fools. And we don't follow fools. We follow the truth. And so, if there are any questions, technical or otherwise.
Just a comment. When you put up the deciphered meaning, those ordered letters that said, God so loved the world, the thought occurred to me that the only reason why that made sense to us is because we speak English.
Right.